This is a really big honor.
Oh, likewise.
I don't know. This is I think the first time I heard a note that you played, I was 12 years old, and it was the first note of Smooth,
Oh yeah.
that first one. And then I met your nephew, Adam,
Yeah.
at Berklee College of Music.
Oh yeah.
And oh, your son.
Yeah.
Right on. So I sort of feel like I know you. This is a cool thing to ask you because you have such a pronounced voice. What does it mean to have a voice on the guitar?
It means that you're honoring your core, because everybody has their own uniqueness. I'm going to slow it down because it's important for people to understand this one.
Okay.
In one note, you're supposed to, express totality, which means connected to all the people in the world, whether you're Irish or Apache or Puerto Rican or Italian. In one note, you connect with everybody's heart, but at the same time, you have, in one note, people should know that you're not Stevie Ray or Jeff or Paco de Lucia or Segovia. You have to honor your own fingerprint, authenticity. So what I invite the young people to remember is just take a deep breath and trust that your own voice. You don't have to go looking for your voice. You have to just allow it to come out. It's inside you. It was given to you before you were born.
That's good advice. Where does tone come from, if you had to say so?
Tone comes from physically from here, and here. And the other half comes from you closing your eyes and allowing your divinity to go like this with your flesh. Yeah. Both of them need to be present when you hit that note, and that's how you make people cry and laugh and dance and the hair stand up. And you know, the way to practice is to take a deep breath and get out of the way. Let your light be the sound.
Breathing, I think, is really important. I'm an educator, and I think one of the most important things when people are trying to figure out how to stop making mistakes or how to play faster or play better, I think that a lot of people forget to breathe when they're playing.
Yeah.
And the way you describe that, sort of getting up on your toes for that note,
Yeah.
or how do you think about the moment when you're playing a guitar solo, for example? How do you feel in that moment? Are you thinking about it from a technical perspective, a feel perspective, something else that I'm not mentioning? What would you describe that as?
It's a combination, and I mean this with the highest integrity and respect. You have to visualize your own light and SEX at the same time.
Makes sense.
Because humans need water, air, and SEX. If you don't play like that, then you sound like a typewriter. People are like boring, you know. But as soon as you go, like people go, especially ladies go, oh, you got my attention. Hey,
Yeah.
you know. So in one note, you need to get their attention,
I see.
and help remind them that when you hit that note, they open up like a flower with the sun and the rain, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not trying to be clever or anything. I'm just telling you
course.
that for me, supernatural is supernatural because woman bought it, and then man bought it for the woman. So I'm not a guitar player that's ever played for men. I always play for women only. And guys just come over because they want to see how they're responding to it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I understand. I was
All
one
right.
of those guys.
All right.
So if with that very vivid description, do you have a specific? You've recorded so many great songs and great moments, guitar related. Is there a note that you can recall that you've recorded or played live that people can go find that sort of epitomizes that feeling that you're talking about?
Well, you know, you said it. You know, each, whether it's Black Magic Woman, Maria, or Smooth, when you hit that note, do-do-do, bam, and then you hit that one, women go, oh. Excuse
1,
me.
2, 3,
I'll-
4, 5. The fifth
Yeah.
note of smooth.
Yeah. Women go, I can't talk to you right now. He's got my attention. I gotta go do something
yeah.
else. You know, captivate is the word.
Okay.
You know, all of my songs have that in one place or another, and it's not because I think about it. It's just that I got this from my father.
Uh-huh.
My father and my mother, by 6 months, they would have been married 60 years, so they had a thing going. You know, and he taught me, because he played the violin. He taught me how to captivate
Yeah.
with charisma and caramba, you know.
So I would like you to pick up that guitar there.
Her name is Goldie. We just named her today. Her name is Goldie.
Goldie, okay. If you could describe this guitar in 30 seconds or so, what would you say about it?
Impeccable integrity. Everything that Paul does, it has impeccable integrity. Those are the two words that we want to promote today, tomorrow, for the rest of our lives. Because impeccable integrity, whether it's playing the guitar or making tacos or whatever, it has its own symmetry of deliciousness, of beauty and grace. Every human being, especially children, need to be tattooed in a psychological way with impeccable integrity.
Yeah.
It's the opposite
I agree.
It's the opposite of fear, ignorance, and darkness.
The light that you're talking about.
You have the light. When you give me a compliment, the first thing I wanted to say to you, I'm a reflection of your light. So that makes us even keel. You know, I may have a couple of more words in some window or whatever, but it doesn't make me better than you, because our light is exactly the same. And that's something that is also important to promote. That there's no this and there's no that. It's like right here.
I really loved what you said. It still resonates with me about sort of lengthening the table and bringing down the wall. That was a really
make
neat
the
thing.
make the table longer, not the wall taller.
Good advice. Last question for you. This is for you guitar players out there. How do you play guitar? I've never played guitar before. How do you play guitar in 3 words or less?
Passion, emotion, and feeling. That's it.
Carlos Santana.
Thank you.